Alright, I'm trying really hard to get this clarification video made regarding this Dawkins thing, because I'm hoping we can do a stickam room tonight. Don't know if anybody will come, but I'm going to try it. Okay, for quick clarification, several people have pointed out that this disagreement that I think I have, or this different conclusion that I'm drawing with Dawkins, may be based on nothing more than differing definitions. Absolutely possible. I'm saying that. When Dawkins says God, he knows exactly what he means. When I hear God, I'll have a tendency to impose whatever I think that means, and that could result in a misunderstanding, obviously. But I've gone back, looked at the video again. I don't think that's the case. Those people who do think that, because you know more about Dawkins than I do, I'm not a Dawkins fan or reader or anything. I just saw this interview. Google up that video. Dawkins interviewing Alistair McGrath, or whatever, I showed it on the video, interviewing this guy, and find it yourself somewhere around the 17-minute mark, 15 to 17 or whatever. Anyway, do that. I don't think that's the issue. Secondly, regarding the cards, there's a genuine, sincere question there regarding math. I want to know, is it possible for someone who knows more about math and probabilities than I do, can you ascertain, that's not going to be the right word, you know, but can you create any true probability off of the information in that video? If not, can you make an assumption, add it to the information? For example, I'm thinking, okay, there's 52 cards in a deck. Let's assume that we're looking at this guy's going to use a full deck of cards. Let's just assume that. Now maybe we got some math, because there's only one first possible card. Let's just say 23 cards came up during the video. Well, 22 of those we know weren't the first one. So what are the odds now? One out of blah, 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 blah. That kind of thing. I just want to know, because I think there are some assumptions that Dawkins must be making to reach the conclusion he does. The next thing, the argument itself, so there was some misunderstanding on what I meant on one or two of the points. I'm going to go real quickly. Number one, I said nature repeats itself, because it seemed like both Dawkins and this guy Alistair buy that. Mankind, which they're saying is a conscious intelligent being, exists. We all hopefully can agree on that. I'm not talking you deep philosophical skeptics, you. Number three, mankind is endeavoring to create conscious, intelligent life. Some people understood that to mean procreation, having sex to have other people. That isn't what I was thinking, even though that's a great idea. That's worth following all by itself. But I was thinking of our attempts at artificial intelligence, all the work we have put into trying to get computers and programs to problem solve and hypothesize and mimic us and so on and so forth. We want to do that in the worst way, and we're not going to settle with the mimicry stuff. We're working on that. That's how far we are. We haven't even done that to our own satisfaction. But we want to have artificial intelligence, artificially intelligent life. So then comes what I think is my first conclusion based on premises, which is nature tends to produce us, conscious, intelligent life, that has a desire or tendency to try to create other conscious, intelligent life. Another misunderstanding was there. Someone was trying to say I'm saying that nature has some kind of intention in the way of will or volition. That's not what I was saying at all. I was just arguing back on if it repeats itself and it's done it once, it's going to repeat itself and do it again. And then the tendency of this thing that appears naturally, I'm not arguing design here at all. I'm saying if the humanity, conscious intelligence life, has come up once through a natural process and has a tendency to want to make something in our image, then there's reason to believe that that's the nature of things. And the probability is that we are somewhere in that cycle or repeating pattern or whatever you want to call that of nature repeating itself. The probability actually is more that we're in the pattern than it is that we're the first occurrence of conscious intelligent life becoming self-aware. There's the argument restated, trying to clear up a couple of those possible disagreements. So I'm saying I think Dawkins has got some other assumptions or premises he's not making clear. Because otherwise, number one, if it's true with the card thing that there is no math you can apply, then Dawkins has got no math to apply, and so talking probabilities is ridiculous. Or number two, there's limited math that can be applied with or without some other base assumption, in which case Dawkins needs to state the base assumption he's making, and then you do the math. And I'm saying, hey, with my base assumption, which is you don't know when the clock starts on nature, then the odds are that we are in a pattern as opposed to we're the first occurrence. So there's the argument. Let's do the stickam thing. I'll just try it. I'm in Arizona. I don't know if this thing has a timestamp when it goes, when I made it or when I post it, but it's almost 3 o'clock Arizona. It's Mountain Standard Time for those of you guys who know how to do that. 8 o'clock, I'll go in and I have never made a stickam. I have to call somebody, but yeah, I know it's just gonna be click, click, click. But I don't know how to moderate. I don't know how to throw out jerks. I'll try to learn on the fly. I'll make a room called UHC, which stands for the Universal Human Consideration. If there's room, I'll put a / God Probability. That'll be the room, 8 o'clock. You know, if nobody shows, I'll just be embarrassed. But if a couple people show, that'd be great. All right, see you guys.